You about to record this as a podcast?
Duh.
Okay. Damn, I'm like too built for that.
Yo, what's good? This is Dex.
What's poppin'? This is Jay.
Queen Esther here, crown it.
Check us out on Complicated Discord, where we talk about any and everything. No topic is off the table.
We ain't pulling no punches. We tell you guys like it is, and we keeping it real.
Find Complicated Discord podcasts on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Radio Public, Stitcher, and Podbean. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Like, subscribe, drop a comment on our YouTube channel. We'll love to hear from you.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. We coming to 2020. This is a new year. This is a new you. This is a new me. So if you haven't done already, man, get you another form of income in your pocket, my baby. Go ahead, start recording the podcast, man. Shout out to Anchor, man. So don't pussyfoot around because it's free. There's creation tools to allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so you can be easily heard on, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, all that other stupid dumb shit that niggas like to listen to motherfucking podcasts. And you can make some cheese from that podcast with no minimum listenership. So, everything you need to make a podcast is all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started, you punk bitch. Hey, man, we back at it again, man. I welcome you guys back to, as you may know, if you listen to this shit on time and not procrastinate, it is the first Monday of the month. And of course, we gotta, make sure we take care of ourselves, make sure our mental health is there, man. So I welcome you guys back to the, Meech Monday mental health check, man. And I appreciate all the feedback and everybody that listened to the first one. Because, like I said previously, man, sometimes we just need to sit down and just, debrief and try to get our thoughts together. I know some of us, we move, we constantly on the move. We never get a chance to, really sit down to try to take everything in. And it's really going to fuck with us one day. It's all going to come to a head in which sometimes it may explode. But again, man, I thank y'all for coming back and listening. And, before, I get into what I'm about to talk about today, I just want to make sure that y'all, like I said on previous episodes, whether you feeling good, feeling bad, feeling happy, feeling sad, just make sure y'all send us a little email to Meech and Spiff pod@gmail.com. Again, that's Meech and Spiff pod@gmail.com, man. So let's fuck it. Let's get right into it, man. So I can tell you, as far as today, as of right now, at this particular moment, I can't complain, man. It's like I could complain, but I've come to know that a lot of shit is just not even worth, complaining about. It's like, why sit down and try to harp on old shit or, get pissed at, some shit that's, kind of beyond me. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. Why not? I was a couple days ago, as y'all may know, or, ones that may not know, the Dave Chappelle, new stand-up came out on Netflix. And so, what was that, the 26th, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So, as soon as I saw it on Twitter, mind you, I'm at work. So, of course, I'm procrastinating, fucking around bullshitting at work. And I was like, man, I was already kind of having, a little shitty day. Mind you, kind of that week was kind of off, just for me. I just wasn't feeling, myself. So I was like, man, fuck, I kind of just need me a nice little pick-me-up. So I was like, fuck, I know Chappelle, he gonna have some, some kind of thought-provoking things and, some things I can laugh about because he a silly motherfucker, you feel me, whole time. And so kind of like, I'm not sure if it was like in the beginning. It might have been in the beginning of the comedy, show or whatever. And, this particular little bit, kind of, opened my eyes to, basically how I'm feeling today. And so in his little bit, he was talking about Anthony Bourdain, very famous guy, wealthy person, chef. He said like, yeah, Anthony Bourdain, man, he done flew all over the world to eat, some of the most delicious meals with some of the most important people in the world. And so after he said, I kind of looked him up. I was like, okay, this nigga Anthony Bourdain, he done sat down with my big dog, Mr. Obama. Okay, this nigga up to something the whole time. So, fast forward or whatever. Dave Chappelle goes on to say, like, he done ate meals with some of the most important people in the world, some of the most delicious meals, this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, a couple months ago, and, forgive me if I'm off with the facts because I'm not really familiar with Anthony Bourdain, but however, they found him, dead in his home. And according to the report that I, read, it was no forced entry, no signs of struggle. However, they just found him hanging in his home in France. And so Dave Chappelle, he goes on to explain, he was like, however, a guy from his hood, smart guy, went to law school, met the love of his life, while he's broke in law school, trying to make it. So eventually they get married. And he said like a couple years go down the line, he wound up seeing that guy, working in Foot Locker. It's like, what the fuck? Like, how you go from this to that? It's like, you found a nigga, like, you feel like, he done met his soulmate. He about to go into the career that, he's destined to do. However, this nigga working at Foot Locker. And towards the end of, his little bit, and Dave Chappelle was like, man, this nigga, he done got married. They done got divorced. Now he working at Foot Locker. This nigga got nothing. But it never occurred to him to ever kill himself. And, it's way funnier than what, the way I'm saying it or whatever. Because, that's what comedians do. They make it funny. But I sat down and I listened. I kind of like, I paused down like, damn. It's like on one end, you got this guy that's, I'm assuming wealthy. Seems like he done got it all, with the people, with the most important people in the world. However, you got another guy on the other hand, going to law school, getting married. Unfortunately, he's not working out. He get divorced, and now he working at Foot Locker. But it never occurred to him to ever take his motherfucking life. And it's like, damn. I sat back, I kind of realized, what the fuck was going on. Because I'll never ever say that I'm the, I never, been suicidal. Like, I definitely had thoughts, was like, shit, if I die, I die. Like, I don't give a fuck. And, for instance, so a couple years back, I got myself into, some trouble, whatever. No biggie. We all go through, life, how it may, be dealt to us. And I remember going through all of that and, just feeling alone, just feeling like, no one was there. It was like I was just kind of just trying to figure things out, just mad at the world as well, just like pissed out. Well, mainly just pissed off at myself for just, just being in that position. And like I said, never ever been the type to be, suicidal for anything. But I knew on this particular day, shout out to my nigga Smooth, like y'all the niggas only one that even know about this shit. I never ever spoke about this shit, to anybody. But I remember one day my nigga Smooth, hit me up, like, man, come roll with me to, to this little party or whatever. So I was like, fuck it, By this time, Spiff, he wasn't even at home. He was out, down in Atlanta. A lot of niggas that, I was cool at the time, niggas just like stop fucking with me, man. I don't know, man. It seemed like after I, kind of got in trouble, caught that little case or whatever, niggas kind of like, kind of kept on going with their lives, never really checked up on me. But my nigga Smooth, man, he was definitely there, man. We definitely, he definitely got me out the house a few times now, and I definitely, appreciate him for that. However, just carrying on. But I remember he told me, like, man, let's go hit this little function over here in the hood or whatever. So I was like, man, fuck it, let's go. I ain't had shit else to do. So we hit the little function. Couple of little hoes in there, a couple niggas, looking crazy or whatever. But I remember at this particular point in the night, I don't know, man, niggas started getting a little rowdy. Niggas started looking at niggas kind of crazy. And so I'm at this point, I'm like, I don't give a flying fuck what happens tonight. So I remember just kind of like walking out to the party, kind of like walking up the street and just thinking in my head, like, man, if something happened, man, fuck it, I'm ready to go. Like, I ain't got shit to lose. I don't have anything. Like, I was so down on myself. I done spent all of my savings. I ain't had nothing to show for it. I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm already feeling like I'm by myself anyway. But I'm walking up and down the street, like, man, hoping, like, something is going to crack. Like, man, I can't wait. Like, shit, if I die, I'm ready to go. Shit, I'm worth more dead than alive at this point. Like, for real. But I'm glad. I'm very fortunate that, that nothing took place that night. Because ain't no telling, man. That was years ago. And, the space that I'm in to this day, I got a lot more to live for. I got a family. I got a son. Like, I got so many things I want to do. And I couldn't even imagine myself not being here on this earth right now. But you couldn't tell me shit back then. Like, and there's a lot of things that I probably shouldn't share, because I definitely put myself in a lot of positions to as, like, if I did just so happen to die, it would have been definitely my fault. Like, I definitely provoke situations in ways that just seem just fucking out of the fucking ordinary, man. But as I'm sitting here, you guys listening to me to this day, I want y'all to know that no matter how hard life gets, it's just not as bad as what other people's going through. You got to stick in it, man. You got to be strong, and just let yourself know, like, man, it's going to get better. It's not always bad, man. It's never always that bad. I'm telling you, it's always going to get better. You may not see it now. It may not be right away, but I guarantee you it's always going to get better, man. Just stick in there and tough it out, man. Because I did. Look at me now. I got a family that loves me. I got a son that loves me. I feel more love and, more support than I ever do. Yeah. Hey, man, peep gang. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? Shit, when I was trying to get this podcast off the ground with Spiff, man, we had a lot of questions, man. Like, how do I record an episode? How do I get my show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places people like to listen? Also, how do I make money off this podcast, man? Man, peep gang, the answer to every one of those questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors too, so you can get paid to podcast, man. Secure the bag. Listen, man, me and Spiff, man, we ain't come here to get paid off this, man. We just wanted everyone to enjoy, and listen to our convos and stories about, our upbringing. But why not get paid for it? You know what I'm talking about? So, if you always wanted to start a podcast, make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start. Again, that's anchor.fm/start to join me, Spiff, and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. And guess what, man? We can't wait to hear your podcast, man. So, hey, that's it. But yeah, man, it seems like, I ain't gonna say it seems like. What I typically do is, sometimes at night I might be laying down, chilling, trying to get my thoughts together, especially for the pod. I'm just so thankful. I'm so thankful because, a lot of people just don't know, from, what I've been through. I'm just so thankful. Like, I never complain. At least I try not to, because who trying to hear that shit anyway? But I try to keep a lot of things to myself, even though my therapist tell me I should probably get that shit out. But, I kind of take his advice when needed. But I lay awake at night, man, just thanking God for everything that I have and my family, and I'm just extremely thankful, man. Sometimes words can't even describe how thankful I am for everything that I have. And at times, of course, as with anybody, it seems like, man, I definitely want, want the finer things in life. But I know that, what I have to do, I have to work a little harder to achieve that. But, eventually I'll get there, because, I'm not taking, penitentiary chances like, some of, the people that I know. Like, I'm trying to get it the right way. And if it take me a little longer to get it, but just knowing that I got it the right way is just going to make it even more better, man. It's going to make it, that much more enjoyable. Because I can't risk my life out here trying to do something stupid to, try to... It doesn't even make sense. Like, why would I go out here and do some illegal shit, try to look like, some other nigga, man. Fuck that. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it the right fucking way. At all times, man. But I don't want to, make this, a whole long podcast. Because, like I said before, maybe I just check in with y'all, maybe 10, 15 minutes. Just to let y'all know how I'm feeling. But, again, man, you know, whether you got feedback for the pod or, you know, you want to just add something to, you know, to the Meech, you know, mental health, the Meech Monday mental health checks. You know, whether you feeling good, feeling bad, feeling happy, feeling sad, whether you just want to say, hey, nigga, fuck you, like, you know, like Spiff say. But, you know, just make sure y'all email us at Meech and Spiff pod@gmail.com. Again, that's Meech and Spiff pod@gmail.com. And yeah, man, I thank you guys for listening, and I hope everybody have a great rest of your week, man. Thanks again.